The market is gearing up for another week of potential volatility, and for traders that know what they're doing, volatility is the best way to make money. And so I want to help you get one step ahead of what's coming. Whether you're trading full time or you're trying to squeeze in some sessions around work and a family, a solid plan is going to be your edge. So today we're going to dive into what some of the key market movers are this week, what I'm watching, and a few adjustments to help you trade with confidence no matter what the week throws at you. Prepping is not just about charts and setups, it's about building habits and routines that are going to keep you consistent and resilient even if the market's choppy. And so I'm going to walk you through some prep to help you get ready for the week ahead. My name is Derek. I'm the founder of the Legacy Profits Club, and let's jump right into this. All right, so let's talk about what the market has done for the past few weeks, and then we'll talk about how I'm going to approach the market and why this is important. So you can see that the S&P 500 has been in an uptrend for quite a while now. As a matter of fact, if you watch a lot of my videos, we've been talking about this uptrend for months. An uptrend is characterized by higher highs and higher lows, so the market keeps making new highs and then not dropping lower than the previous lows that it made. And you can see from this trend line that we're testing that trend line a lot more frequently, but it is still holding strong and climbing. And so if you're looking right now, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a potential pullback or at least a retest of the support level. But honestly, this could just keep going. We have some things happening this week that could really send the markets way higher or send them back to a potential support level. But the levels you're going to want to watch, first off, are going to be the most recent all-time high that was set on Friday of 637.58. And then the most recent trend low, pivot low here, is going to be here at 626.19. So it's not making as high of a move as it has before, but as long as we hold above that level, then my thesis continues to remain bullish no matter what happens this week. Let's take a look at the QQQ chart so we can talk about that as well for a second. Seeing very similar things here. This nice trend line that's held really well. And the most recent high on Friday is 567.70. That's the all-time high for QQQ. So that is the level we want to watch now for potential resistance before getting into a new all-time high. Or this most recent pivot low here that was set earlier last week at a low here of 558.61. Those are the important levels that you are going to want to watch. Now, what makes this week important? Well, a couple of things. First off, there is headline news. Okay, so on August 1st, the deadlines for tariff negotiations that President Trump has sent out, they end, and he has signaled that there will be no more extensions beyond August 1st, which is Friday, which means any country that wants to come to the table before having to pay a lot of extra money in tariffs is going to have to come to the table before Friday. As of today, the European Union has just struck a tariff deal because they are not going to wait until this deadline expires. And my guess is there are going to be many other countries coming to the table as well. And this is going to cause some potential volatility, headline-driven volatility, into the market this week. So that's number one. That's one of the main reasons we could have a market where the indexes are in play many days. On Wednesday, we have FOMC. Their new interest rate decision will be made. Are they going to leave it the same? Are they going to cut? There's a lot of pressure right now on them to cut, but they have said that they're going to continue maintaining things because of this tariff news. But now we're getting some data from the tariff news. So how are they going to react? I don't know. But the point is, we want to be ready and realize that that is also something that's going to bring volatility into the market. Now, Wednesday, before that data comes out, I would expect the market pricing to get really tight on the indexes. It can be very, very difficult to trade leading up, but then the reaction after that and for the few days following that can be pretty good and much easier trading if you will be patient. So I won't probably be doing much on the indexes on Wednesday, but I will be trading things with individual catalysts and stuff like that. So those are some of the things coming up in the overall markets. But on top of that, we are in the middle right now of earnings season. And earnings season is in full swing, and we have some big tech earnings this week as well that are also capable of not just moving themselves, but since these indexes are weighted towards the higher market cap companies like the tech companies, based on how these tech companies do, we could also get some market moving news from there. After the close on Wednesday, for example, Meta is going to be reporting earnings. Microsoft is going to be reporting earnings. Robinhood is going to be reporting earnings. On Thursday after close, Amazon and Apple are going to be reporting earnings. And these are some big market moving names. And so because of that, again, we have the potential for some great volatility. So I'm excited about the week ahead. What I will be watching, the strategy that I will be looking to trade is going to be called the bread and butter breakout strategy. Not only do I have a video on this channel that I will link to this video at the end that you can watch if you want to learn the bread and butter strategy, but if you sign up for my newsletter at the link in the video description, you can sign up for that and you will receive a free bread and butter cheat sheet that you can have for yourself to look and see exactly how to execute this trade, because this trade works great in headline driven environments and in environments where the entire overall market is moving. This is something that you can use to trade the Qs. It's something you can use to trade the S&P 500, and it's something you can use to trade names that are moving on individual catalysts as well. So let me give you one trade idea for Monday. Okay, so I do not know where we are going to head Monday. As of filming this, futures haven't even opened yet for this week, but I would expect, with all of this news about the tariffs and the European Union coming to a 15% agreement with the United States, that we will most likely gap on Monday. Okay, so if we gap on Monday, here's how I'll be looking to play it. I'll be watching QQQ. I'm going to throw up the, I'll just use this. Basically, if we gap up on on Monday, or we gap down on Monday, I will be looking for bread and butter breakout opportunities, something, again, you can get a free cheat sheet for and watch my video on. I'll be watching for bread and butter breakout opportunities in the direction of the fill of the gap. So if we gap down on Monday for some reason, I'll be watching for bread and butter opportunities to fill the gap to the upside. If we gap up, I'll be watching for bread and butter opportunities to at least come down and test the previous day's Friday's high. Okay, so and then from there, maybe it'll continue higher and I can catch a bread and butter to the upside as well and get two good trades out of that. So I'll be using that. If we open up in the range of Friday's price action, I will be watching both of those levels and I'll be looking for a bread and butter breakout opportunity of those as well. So continuation up or down depending on what happens. So if you need rules for how to trade that, basically what that looks like is just waiting for the first 15 minutes of the day where the volume rushes in to set the important levels of the day, and then trading breakouts in the direction outside of that range to certain levels. Again, all the rules I have for that trader in a video, but that's the main trade idea that I have for you this week is the bread and butter breakouts on QQQ. Now, I'm aware that QQQ is, running $600, and some of you may not have money to trade actual shares of QQQ. So I will give you a couple of tips. Options is always one idea. I'm not a fan of options. I don't like trading anything where time is not in my favor, or where things move like 20, 30, 40% super quickly. But what you can trade is if you're taking a trade to the upside on QQQ, you can trade TQQQ. And instead of having to pay $600 to get in, you can pay less than $100 to get in. And this is 3x leverage, so it is going to move faster and give a bigger return than QQQ as well, which makes it good for day trading, but not necessarily holding overnight or anything like that, or especially more than a few days. SQQQ to the downside of QQQ is the same thing. You can get in instead of trying to short money, or instead of trying to short QQQ, you can trade SQQQ to the upside, which is inverse of QQQ's price action. And instead of paying $600 a share, you're going to pay, around 20 or less. So those are kind of some options to get around the barrier to entry on QQQ. If you prefer SPY, because the indexes tend to trade similar to each other. You can use SPY instead of QQQ. It doesn't have usually as much of a daily range as QQQ, which is why I don't, and it moves a little slower, which can feel safer, but the return is not always as great. But it is an option as well to trade with the exact same strategy that I just showed you. And again, if 638 bucks is too much for you, you can do SPXU. SPXS. If you're trading it to the downside here, it's like $5 a share. And then if you are trading to the upside, you can go SPXL. Okay, and then instead of $600, it's less than a couple $100. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully this is helpful for you. If it was, do me a favor and like, subscribe, share this channel with your friends so that they can see the work that I'm putting out here to try to help you become a better trader and to give you a bunch of free stuff to help you not have the exact same learning curve that I had to deal with. Because finding people that you can trust, finding people that are putting that education out there for free or super cheap that is actually good is hard to find. And so I'm here to fill that gap. Hopefully this video was helpful for you, and I will see you later this week with another one.